Hey, all right. I'm live, man. But that's not the important part. The important part is this right here.
Hey, I was listening to a guy the other day. He said that in that UCC, since you're looking in there, look up African American because he said African American is listed under supplies uh, for agriculture and something else like that, farm equipment and stuff. So I don't know. I didn't look it up when he said it. It just crossed my mind when you were talking about y'all dealing with the UCC and the AYZ. But these this thing about out of Africa, I've been kicking that back since they came up with it. But a lot of people, like you say, like to go with that, which don't make no sense to me. And then I found out that ostensibly, even their so-called the over-encompassing public so-called Pan-Africanism is only two sections. One is the African Pan-Africanism, from the viewpoint of a native African. Their thing is anywhere you go from born in Africa and then go somewhere. That's a Pan Africanism. To them, that's Pan Africanism. Maybe the first generation, maybe, but the one that actually got up and packed his bags and took that flight, that's Pan to them. Okay, and I'm understanding they're willing to if you say you were enslaved and stuff like that, then they're willing to possibly look into accepting you as a pan, one of them. As far as Pan Africanism is concerned, that's how they do the Pan Africanism thing. I noticed in the United States it's a lot different. In the United States, they sit on two other different Pan Africanism things. One is every colored person worldwide is us. You can call that whatever you want to. I refrain from the term Pan Africanism because of all the bad angles that I'm hearing about it, that people have concepts in their mind, so I don't deal with that. But I deal with the concept of Pan Africanism was in the U.S. at the time that was all colored people, period. Not no this one and that one. So we had all the people of Melanesian islands, Australia, China, wherever you find colored people, Peru, India, fucking it didn't matter. That was the Pan Africanism that I understood, and so far I've lived by it pretty much, and I haven't run into any problem because most of the people who are dark skinned around the world have always like gravitated toward me in their own cultural aspect. And then we do culture, we don't do society. I don't mess with people on no society level talking about, this and that. I deal with them on a cultural level. I don't care where they at. If they head it's cultural, we gonna do some, we gonna have some talk with each other. So that's what I'm saying about the Pan Africanism in that way. And then the next Pan Africanism in the United States was mostly like, America and the slave trade, and the Africans came from there, and the rest of that stuff like that. That was taught, I know, and just to disenfranchise people. That's a land grab thing. The disenfranchise. I don't know what that word means, so I'm gonna throw it back out. Not disenfranchise because I don't really know what that means. So I'm gonna just say to take people land and get them to move off it and release it, and then you could take it. I mean, ain't nobody arguing. That's the whole thing about land. There's don't nobody argue. Shoot, that's yours, man. Just take it and keep it moving. So that's what they build up with this African thing, and we from Africa. I'm, like I tell people, I'm not from nowhere. Don't be telling I'm not from. Why I got to be from somewhere? Where that's why I keep asking about the Australians. Where are they from? I mean, the original Australians. The niggas over there now are half breeds. Everybody knows how the Australians, which I mean the Australians, being the European that went over there, killed all them people, man, and raped all the women. And all of them people are by necessity of that fact half breeds. They broke their 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 lineage by doing that. They were attempting to anyway. So that's why they look and have blonde hair and all them different things that you see about them, and you be like, wow, they look peculiar. Yes, they do. They're forced rape. You know, they were rape victims. They are victim of rape. So anyway, matter anyway. So that's in the, since I've been here on this, you know, in this particular body. I've watched that go down. The Australians, that's why I'm so concerned about this whole thing. But nobody bothered about the Australians, and they just leave them alone. And what about them niggas down in the South India? They just leave them niggas alone. I'm like, how y'all gonna be Pan Africanists and leave half the niggas in the earth alone? I don't get with that. So I'm not into that African. I'm not into African bashing. I'm not into none of that stuff. They're doing their thing, but I do know this: that if you start messing with all the people who are of a certain type, and you through typing, you bound them up, and they refuse to gang back up on you, that's their fault. So us fighting each other, that's our fault. That's what's up. One love. I'll put this.
Mhm.